Butch and Bob Show.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. Bob is on the road again.
Yep, heading out early, that's for sure.
Y'all leaving early this morning.
At 9:30.
9:30 to go to Hot Atlanta. Well, Emerson above Atlanta.
Yep, got to get to the bank, cash my check, get some money, and go.
Hit the road,
Jack.
Jack.
That's the plan.
All right, hit the road, get up there, Wayne County baseball.
Got to get to Atlanta, check in the motel, get a bite to eat, get to the ballpark, and get to some Wayne County baseball on the air here at 6:30. Hopefully it's 6:30. Like I said, 10 of the time, because I'm sure there's games before that. So games all day, starting at 12 noon today.
Okay, and I saw the fact that they have 2.5 hours between each game, and yeah, sometimes that happens. It's good if it goes into extra innings, how many hits are made, and all that kind, how many pitching changes and things of that sort. But we play today at 6:30 again. We're going all the way to Emerson, Georgia, way above Atlanta to play Richmond Hill, which. But tomorrow's a doubleheader against Atlanta teams.
Loganville and Brookwood tomorrow, so some good baseball this weekend. Should be a good test. Find out where we stack up across some of these great teams in the state of Georgia, so it should be fun.
Okay. All right. We got a guest in here this morning. Bob, who do we have?
Well, they got a big event today in Screven. Again, we've been talking about this dedication of a veterans garden that former Commissioner Jerry Shagwright and his wife had done. So it gets underway at 10 o'clock this morning. We got the Screven Mayor, Jason Weaver's got all the details, the invite. Everybody's invited. So, Mayor, always good to see you. Tell us what else taking place this morning at 10 a.m.
Man, it's good to be here. Good to be here. We're gonna dedicate the Screven Veterans Memorial Garden that former Commissioner Shag and his wife Raquel built on their own on the corner of their property in the cities, right where it's right where you turn on Broadhurst, kind of by across from the Family Dollar. Time you cross the tracks on that corner right there, and it's beautiful. He's got flags up in the circle of every branch of the military, and he's got a huge soldier, concrete soldier standing, and he's got the bronze boots that were given a few years ago. They were given to him when he was the commissioner to bring to Screven. He brought them to the office, and we really never got anywhere to really put them. And when he did this garden, we talked, and he said, I'm going to put them in it. So we got them there. He's got 2 beautiful eagles and just flowers, and he just wanted to do something to, for the veterans, because he's a veteran, and to help beautify the city, and the city got involved and helped him, partnership with him, and man, it looks good. We're excited, ready for today. And on the plus side, he's cooking for everybody. He hadn't cooked his Cadillac rice in a long time, so he's cooking his Cadillac rice and Brunswick stew. So come on over at 10 o'clock, and when we get done, he's gonna feed everybody. We're gonna feed them out of the Masonic Lodge right there, and we're also dedicating the Year of the Youth while we're there. Through the Wayne County Recovery
So you'll
Coalition.
be indoors with the dinner or the lunch there.
Yeah,
then.
you can go. You can go inside.
Masonic Lodge, or eat it outside. Either one. Yep.
That's right. And this Year of the Youth thing's a big thing. We're kicking off with the Recovery Coalition, and our focus this year is on vaping, and we've got bracelets. And hope to God they arrive by 10, but I don't think, because FedEx says by 5 today. But if they don't, then we'll get them to the school so the kids can get them. And they say, breathe fresh, live free. And that's our slogan. We're trying to help stop some of this vaping in the school systems.
Yeah. So that's what they mean by celebrating the Year of the Youth. Is that what?
Yes, yes. This year's the Year of the Youth, this year we've chosen to focus. We're focusing on stopping the vape, and the main focus on Year of the Youth. When I presented it a few years ago in my state of the cities or state of the county, whatever they call it, where we speak, is everybody that can adopt a child, mentor a child, put a child to work, and so that they can get off the couch playing Nintendo.
So again, the ceremony today at 10 o'clock, and everyone invited.
Everyone's invited.
It says beside the lodge at 212 Sharp. Is that the address? 212 Sharp Street?
212 Sharp Street is the address, yep. Lindsey Thomas is the main speaker. Lindsey always does a phenomenal job, and he'll be the main speaker.
Well, that's great that Shag and his wife did that, put that memorial up there on their own, right at the edge of their property. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful addition.
And I just want to encourage everybody anybody that wants to go is invited, right?
That is 100% correct,
and
yes.
Veterans would probably enjoy it more than anybody. So
That's
if you're
right.
a veteran out there, I'm sure they're encouraging all the veterans to please show
He's got
up.
a bench. He bought a nice bench and put out there, and people been stopping and just sitting, and and it gives Shag opportunity to pull out there and talk to him, and he loves that. So It's been a great addition to the center of our city. They've spent a lot of time and a lot of money cleaning up just all that whole areas around there.
That's great.
So again, everybody's invited. That takes place at 10 a.m. this morning.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Another topic I want to talk to you about, we had a story this week, the legislature, they're trying to do away with these speed zone cameras in school zones. Screven has one in their school zone, so you know about that. So your thoughts on that?
Well, like I've said 1,000 times, I'm real and I'm human. I'm not some politician. And Bob, I'll tell you right now, I've testified in the Senate that we need to do away with them. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I got one, and we just need to do away with them. We need to put, if we're so focused and concerned, we need to put an officer out there. Is the way I feel about it. Because from a local standpoint, my argument, my testifying up there against them is where mine's not on 84. Mine's
The one in
on-
Scriven's not
Yeah.
on 84. Okay.
Right. It's on what I call 9 Run, but it's C.W. Collins in the city, which is right there about D and Eddie Fultz's house, and where you enter the school on that side. There's a large gardening area. I'll call it gardening, but it's grass and a ball field between the fence of the school and the school. So it's a long.
It's a pretty good distance
It's a
from their
long
school.
ways. Yeah, like it's a long ways. Now, that being said, right before school started this year, day before school started, somebody went off that curve, went through the fence. So it can happen. However, the child would have to be a long way from the school, running away from school or skipping to be impacted by that. Now, you don't need to be running 70 mile an hour through there. Don't get me wrong. But 36 mile an hour, it writes a ticket. And that's just hard. I mean, in today's cars, everybody knows when you look down, you're running faster than you was because it's smooth riding. And it being where it's at, and not on the main road, it is a constant catching. It gets nothing but locals. And what is your locals going to do? Pick up the phone and call. So it is 35 to 50 times a week, a telephone call to me. Man, I got one of them tickets over there. Man, I got one of them tickets over there. And man, this person that works for my cousin twice removed over there and on the other side of got one of them tickets over there. I mean, so it's just
It is a pain. And they
It
were
is.
talking about, and one of the reasons why they want to, in the old days, like when maybe I went to school and stuff like that, a lot of us did walk to school or ride our bikes to school.
Yep.
But today,
3. I got 3 that I know of that walk.
Yeah, and most of them, take the bus or are taken by their parents or someone else, grandparents, whatever the situation may be. And there's turning lanes where the kids are let out. So there's not hardly any walking in school zones for the kids to maybe to be injured because of people speeding. But I agree with you in terms of maybe increased patrols in those areas to make sure that there's no excessive speeding.
That's right.
And no reckless driving in there. But these cameras set up everywhere where people suddenly get a ticket and the mail is just.
And the bad thing is
that's George Orwell's 1984 all over again. Big government, stuff like that. You're getting a fine. You don't even know. You don't.
But
know
you
what's going
can't
on.
even pay it at my office. Like if you come in there with it, we have to say, "Wait, sorry, we can't take that payment. You have to mail it to these people in Tennessee."
Well, it's companies that come in, sell this service to local governments, and keep a percentage of it, and it's a great revenue enhancer for local governments, whether it's the cities or counties, whatever the case may be. And there's dollar signs there. People are making money off the citizens. Either the government is, and especially these companies that set up these cameras that run them.
Yep, I agree, and it's just. We already. I was when I was talking with a representative this morning. How much money does the state give the school for a resource officer at every school? So, like, I don't understand what the problem. Used to, when they first started this, the cops were out there in the morning times directing traffic. I mean, not say directing traffic, but they were there physically there, lights on, turn the lights on, slow down.
Yeah, which one's better? A physical presence of a police person or some hidden camera that you don't even know is there, and that's not going to stop,
That's
folks
right.
like that. They just put a new camera right up here, down from the radio station. I saw
That's
the
a
solar.
flop. Now there's a difference.
Now, I know this is a different thing.
Yeah.
What's this? Explain what this is
All
right
I
now
have
from
two
the
of
radio
those
station.
too, and
Okay.
those are by far the best tool, honest to God, in policing world today, I believe. They're called a Flocka camera, and what they are is they're synced nationwide. If you used to get all these Amber Alerts on your phone. So and so took this child. He's in a da Toyota.
Right.
If he goes by any of them flock cameras, it alerts them officers. So they can pull that system as soon as they know that white Toyota Camry They can type it in that system and say, "Holy crap! He went through Screven 22 minutes ago." That's where they are.
That's what they use
might
those
be up
for.
there. That is what they're. Now they do read out of date tags and stuff like that, but it don't write a ticket. If you physically have to pull somebody over and make face-to-face contact, like they are great tools for. And we've already had that instance happen over there where they found somebody that was wanted and a car that was wanted, and it hit off of our, and almost everybody has them when you come across, when Pierce County at the Little Satilla Bridge, right before you come into Wayne, Pierce County's got a set, and then you come into Screven, we got a set. I know there's a set in Ludowici. I just saw a set on James E. Bacon the other day, I think. They're great because it syncs nationwide, and that's
Right, that's
what
really what
I
it works.
think is so
That's
good about
totally
it.
different from the cameras in the school
Yes,
zones.
you
They're
have
just,
to make a
they're
face.
big
It does
money
not mail a
raisers.
ticket.
Yeah, it's the big money raisers. You don't have the right to defend yourself. You're
That's
dependent
right.
on some sort of electronic equipment to.
Well, the
to
bad
defend
thing
you.
is, I had this situation happen. Ex-husband and ex-wife. Okay,
Mhm.
Ex-wife gets the ticket. Is the driver. Ticket goes to ex-husband. I ain't paying for her. Well, you are too. I hate to tell you, you can't defend it, as you said. There's no way to defend it. You don't want to pay fine. They're treated in the state as like parking tickets, not as speeding citations, because it's a mobilized thing, just like a parking ticket. So it goes to your tag. If you want to sell the car or renew the tag, if you don't pay the ticket, it adds on. When you go up there to buy your tag, they'll say, "Oh, you got a ticket over in Screven. It's $100. $150. The first one's $100. Every one after is $150. Your second one's $150. It can't be any more than that. But they'll add it to your tag.
Well, the state representatives pushing the bill says that sometimes the cameras are flawed, and he says they're ticketing people going through school zones when school's not even in session. So
Yeah.
he said it's just a money grab. Is what
It
it
is.
is.
That's all it is.
So he's trying the best to get it in. He's got good support. It's got a lot of signatures. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I know it passed the one side and it's got to go to the other side. So we'll see how it
Yeah, I'm
plays
following
out.
it real
Yeah.
close. That's why I'm really plugged into that.
And you're
one
the
because
mayor of Screven, and you want that camera out of your city.
I would love to have it gone.
Yep.
I'll just being straight up and honest, and that's
Yep.
what I am, an honest person. I don't like it. Now, has it served its purpose? 10,000%. It has slowed everybody down coming into the city. Will a cop
If you know what's there.
car sitting there
If you
slow
know-
them down too? Yes.
Yeah, and you got somebody to take care of a situation like that. That will
That's
slow
right.
people down more than a camera would. And so, do local governments like the city council or county council have the right to say, "Hey, we don't want this here anymore"?
Yes, but you're in a contract. Like ours is a 2-year contract,
Mm-hmm.
and if you leave that contract 1 year and the 364 days into it, you pay the full amount of cost that
Well, they had the cost of putting it all in.
putting
and
it in.
everything,
And
yeah.
I'm talking about they had to bore
Right.
under the road to put Georgia Power.
Yeah.
They got a scrap man's dream over there with copper, So if they don't ban them, we're gonna try to finish our contract out, and then we're gonna.
Hopefully they'll
look at it
ban
as a
them
council.
and get it more.
That's right. If they ban them, I don't
police
have to pay.
presence in school zones. Yeah.
Well, we had you in a couple weeks ago. You talked about the ISO thing. I
Yeah.
understand you made some headway. You got a meeting in Atlanta. Tell us about that.
Yeah, got it 2 days ago. It was crazy. I got it was just a morning of swampness in the office, and telephone starts ringing. It's a 404 number, and I didn't get I missed the call immediately, And I said, God almighty, this is somebody in Atlanta. And I got to call, I don't know who it is, I'm calling back. I called it back, and he answered. In the meantime, he left me a voicemail that I later listened to that said, I'm going to be out for a few days, calling back. So thank God he answered. He said, is this Mr. Weaver? I said, yes, sir, it is. And he said, well, this is Tony Pritchett, Deputy Fire Commissioner for the state of Georgia. I understand you got an ISO issue in Screven. I said, man, the issue ain't the problem. I said, I got more than an issue. And he said, well, Representative Meeks asked me to, he'd been talking to me and asked me to give you a call, told me that you was, just listen to the world famous, he wanted to make sure he's a world famous Butch and Bob show. And so he said, I listened to that show, and he said, I agree with you 10,000%. And this is Deputy Fire Commissioner. He said, he said, I tell you what, and we like get into conversation, and and I think he might be like me. He talked my language. We talked each other's language. If you follow what I'm saying,
Yeah, I follow.
It was he was trying to be real professional to start with. He said, I don't want to say it's a racket. I said, you ain't got to say it's a racket. I'll say it's a freaking ripoff, and I'll tell you for you. And so anyway, later in the conversation, he said, man, I'll tell you probably the best thing for me to do. Let me just check with my scheduler and see when next few days I'll be open, or a week or so, and I'm just going to come down to Screven and stay the night and spend the day with you in Screven. I said, whoa. If you're going to stay in Screven, now you have to stay with me. I said, you're going to have to find you a hotel somewhere, and it ain't going to be in Screven, brother. Anyway, he's supposed to come down. He said, sounds to me like Screven can be the poster child. Our goal in this is to get, we know we got Representative Meeks behind us, and he's going to have a meeting with the speaker. And Speaker being from Effingham County, we feel like we'll get support from him. If we can get the right people signed on, we're going to try to drop some legislation to completely kill ISO. We already have a Georgia Firefighter Standards and Training Council, and they go out and they certify these stations. Well, they've came to ours, and it's certified. We're 100% certified, but ISO says we ain't a station. So that's a private organization, as I was talking about again. So we want to kick them out. That's the goal. Kick them completely out, and let Georgia Firefighters and Standards and Training handle it. If they say those are professionals, if they say this is good and this is a fire station, then by God, it ought to be a fire station.
Yeah, what shocked me when you're talking about it, how the money's not even staying in the state of Georgia, it's going to
New Jersey.
New Jersey, that's right.
Smart, ain't it?
Yeah, that's absurd.
Another private organization using local citizens through governments to make money.
Maybe
just like the cameras.
Maybe Doggy, Doji, or whoever them people are will find that. Because somebody's getting it. I can tell you that. Like y'all always say, y'all's famous saying, it's
always about the money.
Follow
The money.
it.
Follow the money, follow the trail. News story.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not in the state of Georgia. It's, like I said, it's going to New Jersey. So hopefully you'll make some headway. So I'm glad they're listening to the world fans. I've heard a lot of people that like listening to the world fans.
I done tried to take you up there with me 5 times so that you could do the show live there, and they can say, this is Bob. And we can call in the Butch. Just waiting on you, man. Just waiting on you. You going right on by it this week.
No, that show had a major impact on that Jackie Johnson trial, because once they played that tape that she played, they just dropped everything.
They dropped one of those charges once they listened to the Butch and Bob show.
Her attorney came over and thanked me, said thank you so much for the show.
I mean,
so it's world famous. But there's a lot of people up in Atlanta listen to it.
They might not listen to it every day, but I'm there a good bit, so I know what's going on. They might not listen to it every day, but if I walk by and say, hey, did y'all hear, so-and-so was on the Butch and Bob show the other day, they go back in there.
They go back to our
listen,
YouTube and find it.
Yep. Hey, listen to that and see if there's anything I need to, know about it. I mean, like me and you've talked about, think about this. You got Stephen Meeks, Blake Tillery, and Buddy DeLoach now, who used to be Workheiser, every week. They would not stop. I'm telling you, they busy at 8 o'clock in the morning, believe it or not. That's why we know one time. Yeah. They wouldn't stop their day to call in to be on this show every single week if it wasn't well listened to. The governor of the state of Georgia, Bob, you can call him anytime and get him on the show.
Right.
Attorney General, anytime and get him on the show. You don't. Y'all got a good thing.
Carter, Congress,
but yeah,
all the time.
Washington, Buddy Carter, Buddy Carter. Probably the most accessible, to be honest with you. That has been for me. Like, those guys, our local guys are busy.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to Congressman Carter about the red, white, and blue gland.
Yeah, what? I didn't understand.
Yeah, we want that up there. Want to call it the red, white, and blue land. All right, what's going on, buddy?
Here's one thing I didn't understand. I didn't understand why we wanted to change the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Because growing up in history, I learned it was Gulf of Mexico.
It's always been
Now
that.
all of a sudden I got to teach my grandchildren it's the Gulf of America. No, there was nothing wrong with that, man. Just
It's
leave it
because
alone. We
the way
messing
that-
with some
it's
stuff we
because-
shouldn't be.
Well, it's
now.
because of the way that Mexico has allowed all these millions of people to come across their property, their land, to get to
Butch.
the border and come across, and letting the cartels run everything on that side and not doing anything about
Butch,
it.
I told them they won't listen to me. That's the problem.
Who's they?
The people in Washington.
The people in Washington.
Yeah.
Mayor
I have
Weaver
told
of
them.
Screven has said.
And they won't listen. Make sure we get that part.
All right.
But I'm going to keep telling them until they do listen, because as you can see, if I keep telling, sometimes things happen. It's very simple to fix this problem we got. We don't need all this hoopla going on. It's very simple. All you do is you say, all right, March the 3rd, y'all are all legal. Line up. We're giving you a Social Security number. You're going to pay taxes. Problem solved. The ones that want to be here is going to stay. The ones that don't want that, they hauling butt. You ain't got to worry about it. Simple. It's real simple. That's why I am for killing property taxes and adding a penny. Now, I know that, when we start talking about SPLOS and stuff like that, there's people that just ain't going to vote because we've been taxed so much in Wayne County. They just against it. But I guarantee you, if you sit them down and you say, you ain't going to have to pay no more property tax, every single person, we're going to go to a 9-cent sales tax total. We're going to add 1 penny, and there'll be no more property tax. You are a total dummy not to vote for it, because the renters, everybody. I mean, now just a person
Everybody
stopping in the
pays it up,
store,
yeah.
and then you ain't got. That's the smartest thing. But I don't know. We can't figure it out up there at the high level, I reckon. So,
Well, again, you're in here to promote a big event today at 10 o'clock in Screven.
Yep.
Once again, talk about that again.
yeah, just Veterans Memorial Garden that Shag and Raquel built. It's going to be a great morning. Lindsay's the guest speaker. We're going to do a year of the youth dedication. Going to cut a ribbon over there on that park, and it's just a great place to stop, sit down on the bench, and just think about the veterans and thank the veterans. They did a phenomenal job. It used to be an old house there. It burnt, and they tore it down and cleaned it up and left like the bricks from the stairs going up, and that's where the Eagles are sitting.
Wow.
He just did a good job. And
I can't wait to see. I can't do this morning because I got an appointment this morning at 10 o'clock.
And
but
he's
I hope
got
to get
his
down there
famous-
and take a look at it.
he's got his famous Cadillac rice.
Cadillac rice.
Rock-
Cadillac
he done
rice.
called me this morning and said, I got enough Cadillac rice to feed the county.
I'll tell you what, if you never had it, I strongly recommend
You're
it.
missing
I know, and we did it for Bob, and he's got to leave 30
You gotta
minutes
leave.
before.
Well,
Go to Atlanta for the baseball
he
games.
called me not long ago. I can't remember what it was. He told me he cooked a bunch of that stuff, so I went by and got it.
Okay.
And I was I had to deliver it to a bunch of people that,
Yeah, I got to take this one out for me.
they couldn't make the trip. He
Your
said,
Uber
He
Eats
said,
that
here,
day.
this is for so-and-so, this is for so-and-so. Can you deliver that? I was like,
DoorDash here,
sure,
DoorDash
Shag,
there.
I'll be the delivery guy. Because I know how much they enjoy it. But
Man, I tell you what, though, he's something. He's still the same old Shag. If you need something, though, by George, he'll do everything he can. to
Yeah,
help
he
you,
will.
man. He
No
sure
doubt about
will.
that.
I bet he'll bring you that old dirt.
he still has some of the most famous, world-famous Butch and Bob shows.
About being in the
Oh,
water
yeah.
up to your
Yes,
neck.
sir.
That Rayonier shut down that morning, didn't he?
The roller cup surgery.
Yeah, roller cup surgeries, and we had the shirts made with the
Yeah, right.
with the science
Science
rocket.
rocket.
Yeah.
I think I still have that.
I still got
Yeah,
mine. It's
blue,
neon green.
yeah.
I know where mine is.
Mine's blue. For some reason. They make
We
different
always
things.
knew that our audience would tenfold when he was
Oh
on.
man, he shut the meal down.
I'll never forget. He was on there one time, and I got a call from somebody. Said, "Man," he says, "I was losing the signal close to Richmond Hill. I had to pull over, come back to get back in." He said, "I didn't want to miss it." He said, "That was good stuff."
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, Shag's always entertaining."
Yes, sir.
And you know why? Because he's
He's just
real.
that- right.
He just
He's
says
real.
what
Yeah.
he's. That's and I tried
yeah.
to. I might not be a little out there.
Well, you never
but
had to worry where he thought. you know.
Right,
He,
that's-
he would tell it like,
that's
you know,
right.
you
That's-
may not agree with, but he didn't care. you know.
real
He's-
real people. That's
Right.
what real people
Right,
need.
that's
That's
right.
what we need in today's political world is real people, not these people that get paid $170,000 a year and they go up there for 4 years and come back worth $7.8 million. I still ain't figured that out.
I hadn't figured that out either. I like sign me up. How'd they do
I
that?
know, right?
No wonder they don't want to leave. No wonder Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell are there forever. They don't want to leave. They're
Yeah.
making millions of dollars.
I know. Can you imagine? I ain't looked at their worth. That's been there that long.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
ain't no
Yeah.
telling. Ain't no telling.
But again, let's just know that everybody listening to you guys, and we in the political and the state world appreciate what y'all do. Putting
It's like
word
Ralph
out.
Hickok says, "What's going to happen, Butch, when you and Bob are not there anymore?"
Well,
He says, "What's going to happen?"
well, I talked to Matt 3 times about buying it, but he got more money than I got. I can't afford that.
Who's that?
Matt,
Which Matt?
your boy. I want to buy this place, man.
All right, you got 1.2.
Well, he was trying to make a lot more off of me.
Who Matt was?
Yeah. He must have been going to take on another vacation. I got to have a lifetime contract with Bob. I got.
I'm not going to be here very much longer. I promise you that.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I'm getting up at age.
Son, you done beat that cancer. We ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most broadcasters go into their 80s.
Really?
Yeah, well, look at them. Look on TV. And there's the ones that have to worry about their face. You know?
How old was Munson? He was probably in his 80s, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in his 80s. And
I want to be like my idol, Billy Richardson, and play golf every day.
Play golf every day?
Yeah, every day.
Well, Bob, I might let you do that if you work for me, but you got to do the other stuff first. You'd be on the road if you worked for me, Bob. You wouldn't like it. I can tell you.
all right, well,
But
that
I
wraps up
appreciate
the
y'all,
world-famous
Butch.
Butch and Bob show for this morning. And you have a good day.
Yes,
and,
sir,
and
y'all
a
too.
great ceremony at 10 o'clock this morning in
Enjoy the
Screven.
Cadillac rice.
That's right. You enjoy that baseball game.
All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO 105.5 FM has been brought to you by Heron Aldridge Insurance, by GNS Auto Sales, the service department of GNS Auto Sales, by Murphy Builder Supply, and by First Southern Bank.